Hello everyone, welcome to GS Core. I'm Abhishek Saxena. So this session is about the Prelims Sampurna yearly compilation on thematic current affairs. Well, current affairs play a major role in the preliminary examination, and it is often an area where students struggle with how to cover them, especially the area of programs and policies. So we have tried to make it easy for you so that you can prepare well and score well in the preliminary examination. So let us move forward. If you look at the programs and policies, they present a significant area which is asked in the preliminary examination. Often 7 to 9 questions are asked from this particular area. Now, it is very important for us to reflect upon this. Often, the approach is that you go through a set of programs and policies in a very mechanical manner, and you think that you can actually solve the questions in the examination based on that. But it is a misnomer. It is a myth which often gets busted when you come out of the examination and verify your marked options, and you end up finding some things which are not so correct. So that you do not end up like that, the Sampurna Prelims compilation is a very strategic document that is drafted for you. It is not just any compilation, there is a thought process behind it. If you look at, there are certain tools and techniques with which you should consume this compilation. Whenever I talk about tools and techniques, I talk about a mapping. What do I mean by a mapping? If, let us say, I am taking a policy or a program or a scheme, the mapping should be stakeholders, nodal agency, nodal ministry, bodies, institution, agencies which are involved. The objectives, target groups, funding, the details of it, whether it's a 60-40 split, whether it's a 100% sector scheme, things like that. Also, another thing which often gets obfuscated by a candidate is the conceptual underpinning. Why? If there is a poverty eradication program, why? What does it bring to the table? Does it fulfill the basic income need? Right? Does it fulfill, if it's a housing program, a basic amenity need? Why? Because often the questions are based on deductive logic. The application part, wherein merely the facts do not suffice, but since most of the students only end up mugging up the facts, and that too not very efficiently, they end up marking the wrong options. So this compilation, the Prelim Sampurna, offers you a way to consume these programs and policies according to these tools and techniques. Let us move forward and see this in terms of that how we can use this compilation. So I'll show you the index and everything. Whenever you are planning to use this compilation, always go theme wise, because it helps in better retention, correlation, and simplifies the application. For example, there might be a policy, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. The full form should be known. There are, for example, Indradhanush, an Indradhanush scheme and an Indradhanush plan. If you look at Indradhanush scheme, it was for immunization, a vaccination, and Indradhanush plan was about banks recapitalization. So these nuances must be known and they must be studied in a manner that this mapping aspect gets clear. So whenever you use this compilation, while going through the schemes and policies, and we have tried to maintain that sort of order in the compilation wherein you find a clear-cut utilitarian approach with the programs and policies, and it is not just a compilation of facts which is thrown at you. So while using this compilation, it is very essential. Also, along with certain things, we have provided the PYQs so that you get the real feel of how a particular concept, how a particular program and policy was interpreted before. Because it is not just about the information. Information is like a weapon, but if you do not know how to wield it, how to fire it, it is of no use. So PYQs teach you that. Along with that, the current affairs updation that these programs and policies have. Some of the programs and policies are legacy policies. The information is not updated. The ambit might have been broadened, right? New versions might have come up. For example, with regards to Mission Indradhanush, intensified Mission Indradhanush 4.0, things like that. Along with it, we have provided the practice questions. So these questions help you validate your learning. So it is not just a static information thrown at you, it is an ecosystem which is taking you on a journey towards learning and better utilization of that information in the examination. And that is how you should use this particular compilation. Now, let me take you through a sample question and how we can use the mapping. Consider the following statements: Sehat Initiative, Samriddh Initiative, Project Bhishma. Okay, Sehat Initiative is the tri-services teleconsultation service of the MOD. Remember, eSanjeevani also was there. Samriddh Initiative aims to combine public and philanthropic funds with commercial capital to create and rapidly scale market-based health solutions. Remember the mapping aspect, the scheme and the objective, right? So all those things help. If you do not know this clear-cut mapping, you will be drowned in the sea of information with no tangible outcome. Project Bhishma aims to enhance healthcare accessibility and boost disaster response capabilities, ensuring that no terrain is too challenging and no patient is too remote. If you look at these statements, they clearly map the scheme and objective. It is given like that. It can be a match the following. So any format, but if your learning is precise, if you have consumed this compilation in the right manner, you can answer any question, any format. So this is a how many format question. All the three statements are correct here. And hence the option to mark would be option C. Option C. Moving further, let me show you the timeline that we have covered. Last 1 to 2 years policies have been covered comprehensively. Also, they are covered theme-wise. Like I said, to enable better retention, better correlation, better application. Now, what should the current affairs be supplemented with? Like I said, previous year's questions and practice questions. This is something that is indispensable. And without this, your learning is incomplete. Because you will never know how a particular kind of a question or a policy can be asked in multiple domains. For example, there might be a policy or a set of policies like we saw telemedicine or a medicine related initiative. Similarly, it can be related to skills, right? It can be related to the credit support. This may be asked in match the following format, right? So they help you. The analysis of previous year's questions and the practice questions help you put things in perspective wherein a certain information which is given to you in a logical fashion can be applied. And hence, while using this compilation, you should pay special emphasis on these aspects as well. Okay. Now, if you look at the indexing, and I have a screen grab of the indexing as well here for you, right, to show you. See, there is a preface to help you guide through the book. The health sector, insurance and policies initiatives, women welfare schemes. Okay. Similarly, you see the content in this compilation spans through women in science. Special focus on the STEM sector in women has been the buzzword. So that is there. Financial empowerment, education and employment related schemes. Similarly, children and elderly related schemes, agriculture, which is the highlight, right? And every year 1 or 2 questions regarding some sort of agriculture scheme is there. So that also has been covered very, very comprehensively. Okay, so that is there. So if you look at the compilation, it provides you an exhaustive view of all the sectors in a well organized manner. And through this video, I'm trying to communicate how to consume this, right? A download link for this will be available in the description of this video. You can get this compilation from this particular link. So I hope you all will be able to utilize this compilation to the best of your potentials, and at least in the preliminary examination, you will ace the exam through the right approach. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.